Eala eyes strong start at Australian Open. Eala hopes to carry the momentum from her strong start to the season as she squares off against Alicia Parks in her historic main draw debut at the 2026 Australian Open in Melbourne on Monday, January 19. Eala, who holds a career-high Women's Tennis Association (WTA) ranking of number 49, is coming off impressive performances in her first two events of the year, which are expected to provide her morale boost heading into her first Grand Slam appearance of the season. She reached the semi-finals of the WTA 250 ASB Classic in Auckland, New Zealand 2 weeks ago, then followed it up with another victory over 2024 Paris Olympics silver medalist Donna Vekic at the Kooyong Classic, a singles-only exhibition event, also in Melbourne a few days back. Match is at 9:10 a.m. Philippine time, with Eala and Parks facing each other for the first time. Like Eala, the 25-year-old Parks is looking to make her mark after making her WTA Tour main draw debut in 2021. Currently ranked number 99, 50 rungs below Eala, the American owns a career-high singles ranking of number 40, achieved in 2023, and has captured 1 singles and 2 doubles titles on the WTA Tour. She competed in the qualifiers at last year's Australian Open but bowed out in the first round. Although she reached the third round in the 2024 edition, her best finish at any Grand Slam to date. Eala, for her part, is coming off a phenomenal 2025 season marked by historic accomplishments, including capturing her breakthrough WTA singles title in Guadalajara, Mexico. With her debut in this year's Australian Open main draw, she has now completed appearances at all 4 Grand Slam tournaments. But like any other rising stars, Eala is looking at more than just competing. She hopes to surpass her previous Grand Slam finishes, where she finished in the first round of the French Open and the Wimbledon, and the second round in the US Open. A victory for Eala would set up a second-round meeting with the winner between 19th seed Karolina Muchova and Jacqueline Christian. Eala eyes a strong start at the Australian Open, a rising star turning momentum into history. There are moments in an athlete's journey that feel destined, where preparation, grit, determination, and opportunity converge in a singular moment that can define a career. For Alexandra Eala, January 2026 may well be that moment. As she steps onto the famed blue courts of Melbourne Park to begin her campaign at the 2026 Australian Open, the 20-year-old Filipina tennis prodigy is not just aiming for another season. She is aiming to cement her place among the elite and to etch her name deeper into the history books. From promise to performance, the build-up to Melbourne. Eala enters the Australian Open riding a wave of confidence that few young players manage to find so early in their careers. She began her 2026 season with a resounding run at the WTA 250 ASB Classic in Auckland, New Zealand, where she reached the semi-finals and showcased her evolving game against seasoned professionals. That result alone would be a good springboard for many rising talents, but Eala did not stop there. In the lead-up to the Grand Slam, she played in the Kooyong Classic exhibition in Melbourne where she not only competed but excelled, defeating Donna Vekic, an Olympic silver medalist and well-known tour veteran, to claim the Yvonne Goolagong-Cawley Trophy. Her performance was commanding, convincing and full of conviction, an indication that the game she has been sharpening under the watchful eyes of her coaches is ready for the big stage. Throughout these tournaments, one thing has become clear. Alex is playing with a purpose that feels deeper than wins and losses. She has evolved from a promising junior star into a mature competitor who sees opportunity where others might see pressure. A historic main draw debut. The Australian Open is special for many players, but this year holds extra significance for Eala. It marks her main draw debut at the Australian Open, a Grand Slam she had only experienced previously through qualifying rounds. In past years, she battled through qualifiers but never quite crossed the threshold until now. For a young player, stepping into a Grand Slam main draw for the first time at Melbourne Park can be intimidating. The lights are brighter, the expectations heavier, and the competition deeper. Yet, for Alex, this moment comes not as an outsider, but as a fully fledged contender, ranked inside the top 50 in the WTA and brimming with momentum. Her first-round match against Alicia Parks of the United States is more than just a fixture, it is a test of mettle. Parks, A powerful player capable of flushing winners from seemingly defensive positions brings a unique challenge. Her serve, one of the fastest in the women's game, will test Eala's returning skills and court awareness. This is not just another match. This is a statement. And Alex knows it. Confidence born from hard-fought battles. Confidence is not something given, it is earned. For Alex, much of her belief has come from battles fought against top players on the biggest stages. Just last year, at the Miami Open, she stunned the tennis world and her critics by cutting through one of the toughest draws in recent memory. There, she defeated legends and champions, Jelena Ostapenko, Madison Keys, and Iga Swiatek. That epic run to the semifinals not only made her the first Filipino to beat multiple top opponents at a WTA 1000 event, it launched her into the top 100 and set a new trajectory for her career. Those victories did more for Eala than just uplift her ranking, they reshaped her internal narrative. Wins of that magnitude affirm a player's ability to withstand pressure, adapt under fire, and embrace the moment rather than fear it. They build a quiet confidence that no motivational speech can replicate. More than a moment, a movement. For many observers, Alex's presence in Melbourne represents more than personal ambition. It stands as a symbol of progress in tennis, particularly for Filipino and Southeast Asian athletes. Tennis has traditionally been dominated by a handful of nations, but athletes like Eala are broadening that narrative. Filipinos around the world have rallied behind her, packing practice courts and cheering loudly in crowds, creating an atmosphere that blends cultural pride with universal sporting spirit. Alex herself has acknowledged this support with humility and gratitude, frequently noting how much it means to have a community behind her. For young tennis players back home, she is living proof that it is possible to dream big, even when your country lacks a deep tennis infrastructure or a legacy of Grand Slam champions. The mental game: cool, calm, and ready. At 20, Eala combines youthful fearlessness with an increasingly savvy approach to her matches. She arrives in Melbourne not as a wide-eyed rookie but as a competitor who has learned from setbacks, victories, and the grind of the professional tour. Those experiences have honed her emotional intelligence on the court, how to stay composed after early errors, how to seize momentum, how to reset after lost points. This mental fortitude is essential, especially in an event like the Australian Open, where matches can swing on a handful of critical points and where resilience often separates champions from the rest. Confidence is one thing, sustained belief through highs and lows is another. Remarkably, Eala seems to possess both. Looking ahead, more than just a win. Should Eala prevail in her first round,